You remember this, don't you? The plains of Marinoth. The only way to reach Solon's Gate by land. Did they march you through here? Or were you captured in the city? It was rumored that the Solon made their prisoners mute, so they could not plot rebellion or reveal the secrets of Solon's Gate. I suppose you have proved it. How did you escape? Through the gate. Impressive. Not only did you escape the impregnable fortress of Solon's Gate, but you made it back to your own world, all without a voice to help you. We may have underestimated your race.
My lord, the Marshal has just returned with 2 of the party responsible for the death of the Lord of the Woods.
2 of those responsible?
Yes, my lord.
I can supply the details, Captain.
Marshal Morgan. Good news?
Very. The 2 with me were induced to come without threat of violence, and in truth, I believe it was their curiosity that brought them.
And what of the others?
I dispatched riders to intercept and to bring them here.
Very good. What good fortune will we resolve this without having to resort to any unseemly conduct?
Indeed.
Bring them in. Tell me, is your family well?
Well, my lord. And yours?
Thank you, Captain. You've done well. Would either of you care for a drink?
Sure.
No, thanks.
I'm Lord Yalafan, keeper of this mountain hold. And you are?
Kate Marco.
Aaron Seaver.
A pleasure to meet you. I understand you have friends who will be joining us shortly.
It depends. We're not exactly sure where they were going. One of them left in a bit of a rush, something about eviscerating a witch. It could be a while before you might catch up with him.
Well, I assure you my men are very good at what they do. You will soon be reunited with your friends. Trust me.
Be that as it may, I'm curious why you wanted to meet with us. What have we done to earn an audience?
Done? Why, you've slain a black dragon. That has not been done in...
1,100 years.
Precisely. An act worthy of song and legend is at least worthy of an audience with the leader of half the known world.
Meaning yourself. Well, pardon my bluntness, but as leader of half the known world, what have you done for the people living in it?
A very astute question. Perhaps when we've had a chance to refresh yourself, we can just go into that in greater detail. Yes, I do realize I did not actually give you an answer there, but I promise to make it up to you. Tonight at dinner we can discuss the state of this world to your heart's content. She will show you to your rooms. So far.
What are you doing? The longer we delay, the more time they'll be trapped in Solin's Gate, without backup, without allies or friends. Why you would want to dissect a device of black sorcery, I do not know. Well, that was insightful. I don't see the point in this. It's not magic. What do you mean? Why does that matter? That will be an occasion.
So, I hear you come to our world through the Southern Forest. But what before that? From whence do you hail?
Well, Lord Yellowfin, that's difficult to explain.
How so? Perhaps later. It's not my business to be interrogating you. In fact, I believe we had the exact opposite on the agenda, did we not? Mr. Kate, I believe you had questions regarding how I use my position for the betterment of my people. Well, here we have the expenditures for the schools we've opened for the citizens of our hegemony. And this scroll would contain the output and locations for the hospitals we've opened across our. Pardon?
Oh, these wonderful facilities. There must be substantial output for them.
Indeed.
I imagine it would require a considerable amount of your gross product.
Not as much as you might think. We are a very expansive nation.
This is amazing. I never thought we'd find a nation so progressive.
And I'm assuming that's a good thing.
Good. It's like a taste of home.
Well then, I'm glad it meets with your approval.
How do you maintain the empire? Or hegemony, whatever. You know, order and all that.
Each province provides candidates to electors for either military or law enforcement purposes, but only the most capable candidates are selected.
So, a police state?
Not as such, no. We encourage the local lords to handle their own affairs to the best of their abilities. Only when it threatens to spill over do we intervene.
I must say, this is much more complete than I expected. We'd only heard that you're most influential in the Loose Alliance.
It's a common misperception. In reality, we've taken up the banner of peace, prosperity, and equality for all within our sphere of influence.
Why are you telling us all this?
For strangers from so far away that all they can say is, it's complicated. And they slay a dragon on our doorstep. We offer our peace to all who would join with us. Perhaps your people would benefit from our great endeavor.
Well, that's the thing. You see, our people aren't from this world. That doesn't surprise you.
And why should it? This fortress is called Solin's Gate. It was built atop one of the few world gates in existence. We have trade agreements with many worlds beyond this one. That is how we can afford all of these social projects.
Do you have any trade agreements with a world that calls itself Earth or Terra?
Earth. No. That's an incredibly isolated world in the network. The gate to it opens but rarely.
I see.
You have heard of it.
But of course, as keeper of the Citadel, it's my duty to be intimately familiar with the nature of the gate, its workings, and its history. I am assuming that's your homeworld? I see. Well then, I shall speak with the keepers and see if they can combine a confluence of worlds. Perhaps then you can speak with your people, or return if you wish. Until then, please, accept my hospitality.
Thank you. We shall.
What was that all about? What? You were practically falling all over him. If I didn't know better, I'd think you had something for more than just his plans.
Aaron, he gets it. Public welfare, national stability. No one starves here. It's all in the paperwork.
Yeah, I'd like to see that for myself if it's all the same to you.
You will. I've arranged a tour of the provinces with our host.
What?
He was all too happy to oblige. Eager, even.
Kate, this is wrong. It's all just too good.
After all those weeks, months of sleeping on the ground, I beg to differ.
We don't deserve this. It's too much for what we can offer him.
Did you ever think that maybe he does these things because he's a genuinely nice guy?
A tour of the provinces isn't a simple thing. On horseback, it'd take months. Months that no wise administrator has to spare. Unless there's something he gets out of it.
Maybe our worlds have something to offer each other. Maybe this is the start of diplomatic relations.
Maybe. But what could he possibly have to offer our world? Besides, we know how this began. The Solon are master manipulators. They gained their empire by turning brother against brother.
If the accounts can be trusted.
Seriously?
Think about it. We heard the stories told by their enemies. Maybe the truth is something else entirely.
I'll grant you that. But the history books are written by the winners. We just heard that version at dinner. Maybe the story of the loser is more insightful.
Look. At least give him a chance. Okay?
I always do.